ومرحبتين بكم. شو اخباركم? Hey guys, what's going on? عبد الحوت here, right here, aka at the fit. And guys, today we're going to be talking about a very important topic, which is, what do you think about my hair? Do you like my cornrows? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to attack the shit out of me if I say that. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, today we're going to be talking about the top 15 mistakes. The top 15 mistakes that people make when they are dieting. I listed these mistakes starting from the least common mistakes to the most common mistakes. Why did I do that? I did that because I want you to pay attention. Because in case if you're not making these mistakes, you need to make sure that you're not gonna make them in the future. And in case you're making them, you need to stop doing that. So make sure to bring a pen and a paper to write these down, and let's get going. Number 15. Not counting the calories from the vegetables. Now this thing is not common because people actually are not counting their calories at all, I think. But for people who count their calories, they don't count the calories from vegetables, thinking that the calories from vegetables are very little, which is not true, because in the end of the day, you're gonna wind up having a 200-300 surplus if you are having 2 big plates of vegetables, for example. Especially if you are adding things to your vegetables, such as olive oil, coconut oil, or if you're adding cheese, which has a high caloric content. Therefore, please start adding the calories from the vegetables. Number 14, not counting the calories from the oil, especially the cooking oil. So for example, if you are using coconut oil to cook with on a frying pan, for example, to make pancakes, if you are adding 10 grams of coconut oil, you have 90 calories, approximately 90 calories that you're not adding to your total caloric intake during the day. So make sure to add the calories from the oil, please. Number 13 is when cheat meals turn into cheat days and then turn into cheat weeks, cheat months, and you start forgetting when was the last time you were on a diet. Pretty familiar, right? So my advice to you, if you want to have a cheat meal, guys, is to have a cheat meal right after your big muscle exercises. And this is what I include for my clients in my coaching plans, is that they are allowed to have a cheat meal every big muscle day. For example, if they're doing back or they're doing legs, they're allowed to have a cheat meal. But other than that, then I really don't recommend going for it. And you're only allowed to have one cheat meal, by the way. You're not supposed to turn it into a cheat day. It's just one cheat meal, substitute it with a healthy meal that you're supposed to have at home, and go for it. Number 12 is not weighing the food. Now we're gonna go to a big problem which people make, is that they're on a diet and they just go eyeballing everything. Now eyeballing can work in some certain like extreme circumstances, when you're traveling or when you go to a certain event, a wedding, a ceremony, or like you go to celebrate something with friends and family. Okay, that's good, but you cannot use eyeballing for your entire life. You need to weigh your food, guys. You need to weigh your food. Use an application to count your calories in general. This is going to be good for you. Weigh your food, guys. Weigh your food. It is very important for you. Number 11, which is weighing the food cooked and uncooked. What does that mean, bro? A lot of people, when they start dieting, they always get confused between weighing the food when it's cooked and when it's not cooked. My cat is gonna kill me today because she's making a lot of mess while I'm recording. Ya Bennett, calm down. Now moving on to mistake number 11, which is a little bit correlated to the mistake before that. A lot of people don't know if they're supposed to weigh the food cooked or uncooked. Now I'm going to give you a small example. For example, if you go to a supermarket and you find frozen pizza or frozen french fries, and you're just supposed to just like heat it in the oven or an air fryer or whatever, and you're supposed to just weigh the food before or after, what are you supposed to do? Now, for example, these companies, they don't care about the food afterwards. This is going to give you the calories of the entire packaging, the entire container before it's cooked. So you're supposed to weigh the food before you cook it. This example is different between the foods that are pre-cooked that you buy from the supermarket or the foods that you are actually going to be cooking at home. For example, you have rice. You have the calories of the rice before cooking, and you have the calories of the rice after cooking, because the rice gets bigger in size after you cook it, so it weighs more. So it doesn't make sense to take 100 grams of rice when it's pre-cooked and to compare it and say it's the same 100 grams of rice after cooking, because it gets bigger in size. The 100 grams pre-cooked might turn to 350 grams of rice that is cooked. You get what I'm talking about, right? So please be careful when you weigh the food. And guys, if you're interested in letting me create a plan for you, because I always include these small details. I always include if the food is supposed to be cooked here, if it's not supposed to be cooked, are you supposed to weigh the food cooked or not in my plan. So if you're interested in letting me create a plan for you that can help you clarify all this confusion, then check out my website. It's linked in the description box down below. Let's keep going. Mistake number 10. We're starting with the top 10 now. Taste testing. A lot of people, I don't want to say girls, okay, but a lot of people always keep tasting the food constantly when they're in the kitchen. You have to fight your desires, guys. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to like taste if maybe the ingredients that you're combining together taste good or not, but some people, instead of just like sniffing the food or just trying a little bit, they just eat constantly. And I'm not going to tell you how many calories they add when they keep doing that. Sometimes you might even have half of the meal by doing what you're doing, you know. Moving on to mistake number 9, which are bullshit companies. Now the problem is that people always trust the label in the companies. Now I'm personally staying in Turkey for the current meantime that you're watching this video, and in Turkey, sadly, they have a lot of companies that have fake labeling on their nutritional facts in the back of the product. Now the problem is that I trusted these brands in the beginning when I was here, and then I found out that I was actually having more calories, more macros and micronutrients as well as what it says in the label. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm starting to gain more fat, I'm retaining water in my body, what's going on? So I started being more careful with picking the brands that I actually trust. I always talk about the brands that I trust on my TikTok channel. Feel free to check it out as well. And guys, it's going to be very helpful for you. Mistake number 8 is trusting the food that says no calories. Now, there's no such thing as 0 calories. You know, there's always got to be a little bit of calories. It's not a very big mistake, but you got to be careful. For example, the companies, when it comes to the law, I think that anything that's less than 5 calories is actually allowed by the law to be added as 0 calories on the label. So, you know, like, it's not much, but sometimes people have too much of, for example, the sweeteners, that you have like an extra 50 calories or 60 calories in your diet. But it's not a very, very huge problem, as long as, like, if you're using sweeteners, for example, you don't need to use like 10 packets a day, man. Come on. Like, I'm not saying that they are all unhealthy, but it's just like anything that you have excessive amounts of is just gonna like reflect badly on you. Anything in life, even water. Anything in life, like even water, you know, just water here can be bad for you if you take too much of it. So be careful. Yeah, Bennett. Oh my God. I have a demon in the house. I don't have cat. Mistake number 7. A lot of my clients do that. A lot of my clients do that, and it's a very common thing, is adding things or substituting things that are in the plan. And this is a very big mistake. The cat waits for me until I start talking and she starts making the noise. Okay. So a lot of my clients, when I create a plan for them, I always ask them to keep sending me pictures of the food. And I always keep noticing things that are added in the plan, some things that are substituted. For example, I have certain type of cheese that I know that is good for them. I have a different type of cheese. I have always like, Arabs love harissa, they love like the chili sauce. So I always have to find chili sauce and so on and so on. So if you have a plan with certain calories counted in the plan, please stick to it. Don't come up with your own ideas. Oh, what is this gonna hurt? What is this gonna do? No, it might hurt, it might change things. So you need to make sure to follow your diet to the point, especially if your coach is working on a critical case, you know, because some people, they are not allowed to have a very big variety of food options. So be careful. Mistake number 6, and this is a common one, it's buying things or products that are not in your plan. And this happens a lot as well. For example, I'm going to give you a very realistic example that will blow your mind. So for example, I have cinnamon added in my plan for one of my clients. What did my smart client do? They went and got Cinnabon. Why? Because Cinnabon has cinnamon. Oh, so in order for you to get cinnamon, you go buy a cinnamon roll. Woo, that's cool. So guys, please make sure to get the right product, the right ingredient. If you have a raw product, for example, if you have potatoes, buy raw potatoes and peel them and use them. Don't go buy a certain packaged French fries brand that you don't know what are the ingredients inside it. Moving on to mistake number 5, and now we are starting to get to the real mistakes that most people make. Skipping meals. Now, a lot of people, when they have a certain plan or they're following a certain diet, they think they want to outsmart their body. They think that they can outsmart their body by skipping a meal or two. Oh, I'm not feeling hungry, I can skip this meal, because it might mean or indicate that if I have more caloric deficit or if I eat less food, then my body is gonna burn more calories. It doesn't work that way. Sadly, all you're gonna do is delay yourself, because your body, when you give it way less calories than what it needs to function, it's gonna turn into starvation mode. And the problem with starvation mode is that your body is gonna start burning the muscle that you have, the valuable muscles that you have in your body that are very hard to earn, and it's gonna start keeping and retaining the fat in your body. So you're gonna burn very little fat versus a lot of muscle. This is starvation mode. So don't skip your meals, bro. Mistake number is fast weight loss. Now this is a very common mistake as well. Nobody, and I don't want to say nobody, but the majority of people, the biggest majority of people, they want to lose weight in 1 week or 2 weeks. I cannot be patient. It doesn't work that way. If you want to lose fat in 1 week or 2 weeks, don't care about the labels that I have on my videos, like lose fat in 1 week or 2 weeks. It doesn't happen that way. You are going to lose fat in 1 week or 2 weeks, but it's not going to happen in the vastness, in the speed, in the velocity that you think it's going to happen. So guys, you need to be patient. There's no such thing as fast weight loss. When it happens fast, the weight loss is not from the fat. You're gonna lose a lot of muscle, you're gonna feel depressed, and then you're gonna hit weight plateau. You're not gonna know what to do. So please just get this idea out of your head. If you have this mistake within you, change it. Change it so that you can really start achieving results. I don't want to bullshit you in this video and go like, yeah, you can lose weight fast. It can happen. All you gotta do is just manipulate this and do that and eat this at night and this in the morning. Sadly, it doesn't work that way. Mistake number 3, and this is especially for the girls out there. Relying completely on the scale. And focus on every word that I said. Relying completely on the scale. Completely on the scale. Girls, the only source of achievement for them is the freaking scale. Why? Why is it the scale? Tell me, can you please explain to me why? You are following a diet, you are feeling good, you are wearing less sizes when it comes to clothing, you are feeling lighter, you're changing. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you step on the scale, you see that you only lost half a kilo or you didn't lose any weight. You get into depression like you didn't do anything good in your life at all, ever. Even the things that are not related to weight loss, you start remembering them. Oh, my boyfriend cheated on me once. This thing happened to me before with my girlfriend, and she talked smack about me. Why is it related to that? First of all, you cannot count on the scale on its own. I actually personally have more than one method in my plans to track your progress. Because tracking your progress using only the scale is not a reliable method. The scale can be faulty. Did you ever think about that? Okay, this is one thing. Second thing is that when it comes to your body composition, you can be losing fat, but still because you're training and moving, you could have gained a little bit of muscle. What's wrong about that? Your body could have retained some water, which is something normal that can happen because of stress, because you got sick a little bit, because you didn't train, maybe because you ate something that retained a little bit of water in your body. So that doesn't mean at all that you didn't achieve results. So don't rely only on the scale. Try to take the measurements of your body and try to get the scale mentality out of your head. Please, 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 if you can take one thing from this video and apply it to your life, I really, really recommend it to be this exact thing. Now moving on to mistake number 2. Mistake number 2 is following a strict diet. Following a strict diet. Please guys, if there is any one of you who ever followed a strict diet for like 3-4 months and succeeded, please comment down below so that I can personally cheer you and give you a medal of honor. Because following a strict diet, here's the news flash for you. Following strict diet, 99.99999% of the population are not going to be able to follow it unless you have this kind of amazing, unbelievable determination to achieve your goal. So I really recommend you to follow a diet that is achievable on the long term. Please. I personally can't create strict diets for my clients, but why do I create diets they can follow on the long term? Because I know that if I make a strict diet for them, they're just going to follow it for 1 or 2 weeks and then they're going to let it go. By the way, if you want me to create a diet that's flexible and easy around your life, check out the customized plan questionnaire down below on my video. To let me create a plan for you that's easy to follow on the long term. And even if you don't want me to create a plan for you, please follow a diet that you can follow on the long term. A diet that includes foods that you actually like. A diet that has cheat meals every now and then. Not cheat days, but cheat meals. A diet that's easy to follow on the long term. Number 1, the one you've been waiting for this entire video, is not sleeping properly or not having enough sleep. If you don't believe me, just try for one night to have a really, really, really good sleep. Just do any measures that actually lead up to that. Like you can watch a YouTube video that help you go to sleep. You can just set up the environment, calm down the room, like dim down the lights. Do something that actually helps you go to sleep and get a very good night's sleep. And tell me how you feel. Like if you do that, let me know in the comments down below. How do you feel the next morning? Not only you're gonna feel good, but I personally have that. Like sometimes I have insomnia, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a human being as well. But when I get a good night's sleep and I wake up the next morning, I don't just wake up energetic and positive. I actually feel that my body is very tight. I feel that my muscles are thanking me. They're like, thank you, Abdul! I'm crazy a little bit. But the thing is that it really, really changes the entire day for me when I get a good night's sleep. Because your body actually does a lot of metabolic processes when you're sleeping. So the fat burning process is one of these things. So get a good night's sleep, bro. Okay, that was it for me. I hope that I listed the most common mistakes that people make. If this video was helpful for you, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, share around your community, share it around your community like your friends, your family, and also your loved ones, because you want to give them good information to help them like achieve their goals as well. And also I want to build a good fit community around here on YouTube. And guys, until we meet again in a new video, remember to stay fit and peace on out.